Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Tuesday, February 1st, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Denver Nuggets vs Minnesota Timberwolves. The Denver Nuggets come into this game led by the strong play of reigning MVP Nikola Jokic. Through 44 games, Jokic is averaging 26 points per game while grabbing 13.7 rebounds. Behind him is Will Barton, who is connecting on 37% of his three-point shots on his way to 15.4 points per game. Nikola Jokic comes into this game questionable with a toe injury, but that shouldn't stop you from taking the Nuggets in this spot. Denver comes into this game playing arguably its best basketball of the season. While Jokic is obviously the key cog in the Nuggets' offense, Denver has been a team that has been greater than the sum of its parts this year. The Minnesota Timberwolves come into this matchup, led by center Karl-Anthony Towns, who grabbing just under rebounds to go along with his 24.4 points per game. Right behind him is former top overall pick Anthony Edwards at 22.7 points per contest. However, point guard and top distributor D'Angelo Russell is questionable for the matchup with a shin injury. Our first betting pick will be Denver Nuggets. McDaniels has been a pleasant surprise in his second NBA season. At just 21 years old, he's flashed an impressive offensive arsenal while carving out a spot in the rotation with his effort on the defensive end of the floor. On Sunday, McDaniels couldn't miss, making all 9 of his field goal attempts, including all 3 of his shots from beyond the arc in the win. According to dunksandthrees.com, Minnesota has outplayed its 25-25 overall record so far this year. The Wolves have posted an adjusted plus 1.6 net rating, good for 13th in the NBA. They rank 15th on offense with an adjusted 111.3 rating and 13th with an adjusted 109.7 defensive rating through 25 games. According to dunksandthrees.com, Denver ranks 9th in the NBA with an adjusted plus 2.3 net rating. Led by Jokic, the Nuggets have posted an adjusted 111.8 offensive rating, good for 9th in the NBA. They also rank 11th on defensive with an adjusted 109.5 defensive rating through 49 games. Our second betting pick will be over the total. Orlando Magic vs Chicago Bulls. Nikola Vucevic had 24 points and 14 rebounds, DeMar DeRozan added 23 points and 10 assists, and the Bulls defeated the Blazers 130-116 on Sunday evening. Zach LaVine had 20 points, Kobe White added 18, and Ayo Dosunmu finished with 11 assists. Chicago has won 3 of 4 to improve to 31-18. The Magic got the better of the Bulls in the last meeting between the two teams without Zach LaVine on the court. Granted, there's still no reason that makes sense for the Bulls losing that game. You can rest assured they'll be back in the mix on Tuesday looking to avenge that ugly loss on their resume. The defensive effort has really dipped for the Bulls, but they'll be out there facing a Magic team that hasn't been able to put anything together offensively enough to even matter. Their shooting consistency is dead in the water, and they're going to have a hard time making the Bulls pay for their mistakes. LaVine being back on the floor is pretty much overkill in this matchup. DeMar DeRozan is already enjoying an MVP caliber season, and Nikola Vucevic has been an absolute monster on the boards. Franz Wagner scored 18 points, including the tie-breaking layup with 54 seconds remaining, and the Orlando Magic knocked off the red-hot Dallas Mavericks 110-108 on Sunday. Chuma Okeke scored a season-high 19 points and helped Orlando win consecutive games for just the second time all season. Our first betting pick will be Chicago Bulls minus 8.5. Just ask the Magic after they forced the Bulls into 22 turnovers and 43.4% shooting. Revenge will be on the menu with their big 3 slated to compete on Tuesday. They didn't have Zach LaVine for the last matchup with the Magic, so they're really going to try to work hard and put it on the Magic in this meeting. Orlando can't score with this Bulls team when they're locked in, but they can clearly score on them. The Bulls have slipped all the way to 20th in the league in defensive efficiency rating. They aren't scaring anyone defensively, and there are times when they're becoming too dependent on running up the scoreboard to win games. The Bulls are missing some key players, but they have the potential to do serious damage with both Zach LaVine and DeRozan on the floor together. Orlando hasn't shown much on the defensive end of the floor either, which puts them at risk of potentially getting buried in this matchup. Speaking of bad defense, the Bulls have plummeted in their defensive efficiency rating. They clearly miss having dogged defenders like Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso on the floor together. But then again, it's Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner and who else for the Magic. Our second betting pick will be under the total. Golden State Warriors vs San Antonio Spurs. This season, the Warriors, to no surprise, are being led by Curry, who's averaging 25.7 points per game. Wiggins is also having a great season averaging 18.2, while Jordan Poole has stepped up to average 16.8. Golden State, however, is still without James Wiseman, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, Otto Porter Jr., and Nemanja Bjelica. Golden State is playing the second game of a back-to-back situation and their third game in 4 nights here, so you have to watch and see how Steve Kerr is going to handle his rotation. We could see guys like Curry and Thompson either be rested or play sparingly in this contest. The Warriors are a talented team, but fatigue definitely is going to take a toll in this one. San Antonio knows they need some wins to get back in the playoff race at this point in time, and that means taking advantage of playing at home. The Spurs hope to be back at full speed here after resting White Sunday. Dejounte Murray is leading the Spurs this season as he's averaging 19.4 ppg, 9.1 assists, and 8.4 rebounds, while Johnson is averaging 15.1. San Antonio is completely healthy as they have no one on the injury report. Our first betting pick will be San Antonio Spurs on the money line. For the year, the Spurs are 9th in the league in scoring offense as they average 111.3 points per game on the year. San Antonio is 6th in rebounding by grabbing 45.9 boards a night, while they are 1st in the league in assists by handing out 27.9 dimes per contest. The Spurs are 24th in the league in scoring defense as they give up an average of 111.4 points per game. Keldon Johnson is 2nd on the team with 15.1 points per game on the year. Jacob Poeltl, 13.2 points, 9.1 rebounds, Dejounte Murray, 19.4 points, 8.4 rebounds, 9.1 assists, Lonnie Walker-IV, 11.3 points, Derek White-IV, 14.2 points, 5.7 assists, Devin Vassell, 11.4 points, and Doug McDermott, 11.6 points, all are solid options on the offensive end. Keita Bates-Diop, Drew Eubanks, Tre Jones, Thaddeus Young and Jock Landale are other rotation pieces for coach Greg Popovich. San Antonio is 11th in the league in field goal percentage as they shoot 46.4% from the floor on the year. The Spurs are 27th in threes per game as they connect on 11.1 triples a night, while they are 15th in three-point percentage by shooting 35.1% from beyond the arc. White, rest, and Poeltl, back, missed Sunday's game. Keep an eye on their status here. On the year, the Warriors are 12th in the league in scoring offense as they put up an average of 110.2 points per game. Golden State stands 3rd in rebounding as they collect an average of 46.7 boards per contest, while they are 2nd in assists by handing out an average of 27.6 dimes per contest. The Warriors are 1st in the league in scoring defense by allowing 102 points per contest. Stephen Curry leads the team with 25.7 points, 5.5 rebounds and 6.3 assists per game this season. Jordan Poole chips in 16.8 points a night, Andrew Wiggins adds 18.2 points, along with 4.3 rebounds per game, Damian Lee kicks in 7.9 points a night, while Draymond Green puts up 7.9 points, 7.6 rebounds and 7.4 assists per night. Klay Thompson, 15.8 points, Andre Iguodala, Nemanja Bjelica, Kevin Looney, Otto Porter Jr., Juan Toscano-Anderson and Gary Payton II are solid secondary scoring options. Golden State is 9th in the league in field goal percentage as they shoot 46.5% from the floor as a team on the year. The Warriors are 2nd in the league in threes per game by knocking down 14.3 triples a night, while they are 10th in three-point shooting by hitting 35.8% from beyond the arc as a team. James Wiseman remains out with no timetable after knee surgery. Green, back, was out Monday and likely will be out until mid-February, while Iguodala, hip, and Porter Jr., foot, were also out. Keep an eye out for any potential changes in their respective statuses leading to tip-off. Our second betting pick will be under the total. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.